Everything is awesome.
Cool. I'm not sure if we really need anything for an opening because we're just going to be talking.
We're always just talking.
Is that what we do with our mouth?
You talk, you talk.
Hey, come on, man. Let's go to the talkies. Ha! Ew, is that a pack of cigarettes?
I know. That's how irritated I was yesterday.
Oh, gross.
If I ever go by this, that means that,
All right.
yeah. So, yep.
Blech.
You bleh.
Yeah,
Don't judge me.
I know what it makes me feel like now.
Yeah, that didn't feel great.
Even like the jewel's starting to kind of get there. I think I'm on the path.
I think I am too. Yeah, like I felt like fucking garbage today.
Yeah.
I only had like 2.
Ugh.
And I woke up like New Year resolution. Stop smoking again.
Quit nicotine.
Quit the nicotine. This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy
and Jacob's mix.
Mixtape. We were good and you
What
fucked
happened?
that up.
Fuck you. You fucked it up.
Prick. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Lord. We're over that. We're like 2 weeks out of that.
Well, I'm now yeah, well, I hope you had a happy holiday. Wow. Jeez.
Happy New Year.
I was getting to that. Happy New Year. I hope Jacobs is back. Yeah, so because of all the holiday craziness, we didn't really have time to get a movie in there, so we were just kind of doing an end of the year show.
Yeah, I mean, so
into the New Year show.
yeah, it's into the new year. We kind of just wanted to wrap up everything, other media wise or whatever, what have you, that we consumed through 2023.
Yes.
So it's kind of a wrap up of 2023, really.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Because, yeah, I mean, obviously we've been doing all these movies, but we also haven't really done like an official banter in a really long time.
We really talked about
Or a
our-
shoot, as someone told me once, that on a podcast, when you're just talking, it's called a shoot. You guys are just shooting. Like,
well,
cool.
like shooting the shit.
Yeah, and I was I'm like, cool, thanks. We call it this. We call it a banter.
It's our goddamn show.
I don't see your name on the.
Oh, I didn't realize you were a producer of Tommy and Jake's Assistant. Does the person listen to the show?
No.
Ah, bummer. I was like, I would like to know that they know that we know that they know we're talking about them.
Yeah. All right, Joey, how are you doing?
That did make me a little lightheaded. Not gonna lie.
Oh, that was a sad thing through the year. I don't know if we want to talk about that.
No. Nice things.
Nice thing.
Nice things. Not sad things.
Well, okay, so you definitely, one of the things that I did was I just tried to make a list from what I could remember all of the games I played through 2023. Not like completely.
Yeah,
not
that's
like,
kinda what I did
that
too.
I spent, I either did finish or almost completed type thing.
Yeah, stuff you actually really committed to.
Yeah. And I'm sure your list is a lot larger than mine.
Because I have an impulse control problem.
Yeah.
And I buy everything
Yeah.
when it comes to video games. I was going through, like, sorry, go ahead.
Well, and I only really have I only spend like maybe 2 days a week really playing video games.
Well, you know
If
how
not just one.
you know how I was given for Christmas another external hard drive.
Yeah.
So a weird thing is the PlayStation cannot, which I find very weird, cannot access 2 external drives at the same time.
That makes sense.
Why does that make sense? You have to eject and I don't know. To me, I'm
You
like,
have to do that with a laptop too.
I know, but we're in the year of our Lord 2024 now, and we can't figure out the furthest thing to be able to read.
Maybe your lord, but
It's the phrase.
I know. I wanted to say something snarky.
Well, nailed it. But whatever. That's first world problems. But I was actually I was like, trying to troubleshoot it, and I was like, oh yeah, so I gotta take out the other hard drive, and I went and looked at the hard drive, and I didn't realize that my other hard drive, the external one, is a 5 terabyte.
So what, you have 2 5 terabytes for your PlayStation 5?
The other terabyte's full. The other 5.
Yes, that's on your too.
The original 5 terabyte is full. That's talking about my impulse control problems.
that blows my mind because we were making a joke about how many like Baldur's Gates it would take to fill up a 5 terabyte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my original one has filled. I have 5 terabytes of PlayStation 4 games. I need to get.
Oh, wait a second. You're talking about your PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I'm saying my original.
Yeah, but you're not going to take the PlayStation 4 one and move it over.
No. My point is that I didn't realize that it was a 5
Oh, I see.
terabyte, and I was like, oh, cool, that's a 5 terabyte. And then I went, wait a minute.
Do you want me to like really look at your tits, see if you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Okay. I was like, this is gonna bug me. No, but I just was like, so. Oh, wait, this is a 5 terabyte. Okay, cool. And then I went, wait. This is a 5 terabyte. How is this full? I went through.
Well, I mean, think about like you had years of filling that thing up. You know,
Dude, there's games on there that I forgot existed.
I bet, yeah. It
was kinda
like,
cool.
It's like my fucking PlayStation library. You've seen my PlayStation library because I would just download anything that was free.
You got me onto that too. I never even thought about just having it in case one day you want to check it out. So now when it comes out, I just grab everything.
Yeah. Well, what's nice now is that you don't have to download it. You can just add it to your library.
And it's just there.
Yeah.
Which you kind of taught me because I just thought immediately it was going to take up. So I was like, no, you can just in a sense acquire it and then download it later. And
exactly.
I was like, oh, and that's actually really helped me out in the past of like checking things out. You know,
Because like the weird thing is like the digital fingerprint exists, but if you lose access to that account, you lose all of that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like I'm very much into trying out different. Like in all honesty, I really should like kind of look into some kind of gaming journalist kind of career.
Yeah.
Because I like just seeing what people do. It may not be my thing whatsoever, like, but I'm like, I really just want to see how they.
Well, start with just like writing a write a review of Spider-Man 2 or something that you just recently completed. Like just start with writing something and then
Can I send it to you?
Yeah, I was like, send it to me. We can send it to Anthony because Anthony's gotten a couple articles published through his like first stuff and whatnot. So
shout out to Anthony Rats Fantasy on Instagram. Check it out.
Yeah, I mean, and David would probably be more than happy to look at it too. So
Kind of get some notes on honing in on the journalistic side of it.
Yeah.
All right, I could do that. Great segue. Spider-Man 2. What a great game.
Didn't play it.
I did. That's actually a game that I beat this year, and that was really, really good.
I mean, I still need to get through Miles Morales before. And I dude, if I was to just sit down and like
don't have to
play Miles Morales, just the storyline, don't worry about all the side quest stuff, I could probably beat it in
it's so quick,
a day and a half.
Well, and I'm saying you don't have to. I did that too before it came out. I made sure to, and I think I just put Miles Morales on easy mode.
Yeah,
and just blew through it because I was just curious about his arc. You know,
yeah.
You don't have to if you don't want to. If you just want to jump into Spider-Man 2.
A lot of people say that to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I start playing or getting into the other thing. And I'm like, what's all this stuff? They're like, oh, that happened in the game that I told you not to play. And I'm like, cool. So I'm just going to play it.
Okay. As your best friend, I'm saying you don't have to. I don't think you have to.
Cool.
I think you want to. I think you would want to only because you want the story arc of the character.
Yes.
And his growth.
100%. Yes.
But they do kind of, in Spider-Man 2, in my opinion, and people might, I think they really, I don't know if people will disagree with this. They really lean into Peter more.
In Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Well, because it's him still. It's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but they're definitely
they're moving towards getting towards Miles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They're getting ready to send off Peter Parker.
Yeah.
It's very clear narrative wise.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, he eventually does die. In the comics.
Yeah, in the comics. Yeah. I was like, wait. I was like, don't say that. That's not true. But yes, it is. In the comics, it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Spider-Man 2, like, is the first game I've played in a long time that you don't want to use fast travel.
Yeah, you were saying that. Well, I mean, I think, especially in the first one, because, like, you could just, swing through the city, and it was beautiful, and I would do that a lot of the times, but at a certain point, it's going to be like, I just want to get the fuck over to the other side of the city, and it's like a couple of minutes travel, which, yes, is going to be beautiful, or 15 seconds of upload.
Well, that's the thing, though. Their fast travel it's fast travel. It's immediate, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like no loading screens or anything like that.
Yeah.
But just with the addition to the wingsuit,
yeah.
it really you don't really want to fast travel because, you know, remember in the first one too, you hold down square and you do all the flips and all that kind of stuff. They just really killed it with the transversal. And, you know, I'm like,
No, which way is faster, actually? The fast travel or the
fast travel.
Cool. So I want to do the fast travel.
You didn't play it, so you would understand.
I've seen enough of the clips of him swinging around, and I get what you're saying.
Fucking barbarian. Neanderthal.
Just stop saying it so definitively.
Anyways. So yeah, that was a game I beat and really enjoyed. How about you?
What did I beat?
We haven't done one of these in a while. I'm trying to find
okay,
it.
so here, I made my list of the games that
And he's checking it
that
twice.
I kind of remember playing. Oh, I think I did Chrono Cross this year too.
You did.
Was that this year or was that end of last year?
I think it was this year.
Beginning of this year?
Beginning of this year.
Okay. Which I did finish that. So I did a lot of like remakes this year.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because like Chrono Cross. And then let's see where we at. Metroid Prime.
Oh, I still think. Oh, yeah. Do you want to go to Pink Gorilla after this?
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
And then Super Mario RPG. I played the remake of that.
Yes.
I did replay the majority of Final Fantasy VI again this year, which is
that the one
Beans
I
Cast.
Is that the one I checked out?
I don't think so. No, it was with the Beans Cast. Remember the Beans Cast they were talking about the playthrough?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Beancast, yeah.
No, I think you're thinking of the
is that
Final
show
Fantasy VII. Oh yeah, what was the name of that podcast? Triple Click.
Triple Click. Yeah, Triple
Yeah.
Click, yeah.
Um,
And they did a Beancast on that. Yeah.
yeah. And then, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom took up a lot of time. Armored Core, I played a little bit of, and then
Oh, did I
Baldur's
tell you
Gate.
I got that, by the way?
Armored Core?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Did you play a little bit of it all?
Yeah, I had a Sekiro kind of thing. I tried once, but there's that like kind of intro boss.
That intro boss is so fucking hard.
Is it? I was having a really...
it's a learning curve. Like whoop!
Yeah,
and
like
then once you get out of that, then everything's kind of mellow again. Simple missions. The bosses get you.
I was having a really hard time. And I think it was like the juxtaposition of how easy the intro was. It was kind of boring, honestly, from like, go check out this mech. Okay, you need to find your license. So you need to get you your license. And I was like, this is boring as shit. And then we got to a boss and I was like, okay, here we go. And I went, damn! Like it's such a learning curve. It's so fast. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like that. I think I lasted like 30 seconds and it whooped me.
Yeah, I've only finished like the first chapter pretty much. So I've only gone through like the first main big boss, and that battle is intense. And I beat him with literally like, you know how
You told me it was like
one. I had literally one left.
like one hit. No. But that's when you really tune in, man. That's when you really like grit your teeth through it. But yeah, so if you want to, once I get past that, if you want to play that, we can play that.
Word, yeah.
I didn't end up getting it.
And then obviously I played Baldur's Gate, Mario Wonder. Yeah, it's like I feel like I feel like I may have played another game or two. I just like nothing's really sticking out. But like I said, like I didn't really play a lot of games this year. I did a lot more focus on the podcast and just like resting and sleeping and yeah. And movies here and there.
I'm down to talk about it a little bit. Man, Mario Wonder, what a great game.
It's so fun.
Jacob got me that for Christmas. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
yeah.
And I was fucking around with it yesterday. Just kind of casually, and it is really cool.
It feels like the old Super Mario World.
That's what's cool, and like I think
it's like even like Super Mario Brothers, like Wii or the ones that were on the Wii U and stuff. They're fun. They're okay, but they're just some. There's a weird thing about them that
there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that this one for people our age too is really cool because it has that Super Mario World vibe through and through. Like it really feels like one of those. But they added enough new stuff that I was even sitting there. I was like, I don't really know what to do here. Like I wasn't really confident from the format, you know. And then I think I went down to Tube, and then suddenly you're in the very far backdrop.
Oh yeah.
And Mario was like that big, and I was like, that's really cool, and it's really simple.
There's a background and a foreground.
Yeah, and it's really not a complicated thing to add, but it's a really cool thing that still stays true to those OG games that we like kind of grew up playing. So I'm really excited to really dive in. I'm really excited to put it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we were having the Harry Potter marathon thing.
No, and it's super like I've been playing it mainly in my bedroom, but like that's still like a 42-inch.
Yeah.
So like I mean, which is a perfect size for that, and I don't think it would like get much. I mean, it's just it'd be massive on the 70 my 71,
But yeah, and then the thing too is like when I play it handheld, it's usually on mute because we're having something else on the screen.
yeah.
And Mario is a game you really want to.
Oh no, especially this one. There's a lot of like special abilities and badges that you're gonna get that are rhythm based. So you want to be listening to.
Oh,
it.
totally. But even just as a aesthetic, Mario music is just great.
Yeah.
8-bit little do 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 do, and so that's really like the vibe. So I was like, would be way better. I mean, I could have put my headphones on or whatever, but
You know, the Switch now has Bluetooth capability, right?
I remember all that drama.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing ever. If those who don't know that are listening to us, the Nintendo Switch, they had a Bluetooth like the
hardware was there.
was in the Switch
the whole time,
and they just never
decided to
activated it in the system UI.
Yeah, it's not like you needed to get a new Switch for Bluetooth. It was there. It's so weird. That'd be fun to deep dive and figure out what the hell that was about. I'm sure somebody knows, but yeah, that was so funny. Like, wait a minute. Because it was quiet at first. Like, when they first announced it, everyone was like, oh, cool. And then they had that, wait.
That was announced last year, wasn't it?
I think that was last year. Yeah. That was a while ago. But I just think that's so funny. Everyone's like, oh, sweet. Like, I could do my Bluetooth. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hey. Yo, you sneaky you.
But yeah, so.
Yeah, Mario Wonder. Check it out if you haven't. It's cool.
I'm really excited. I mean, once you get past that learning curve in Armored Core, I think you'll start having a really blast in it because then once you finish that like tutorial level, then it opens up the mission based idea of the game. And then as you start doing more missions, then it unlocks like the arena where you start battling like mech on mech, like to unlock other abilities and whatnot.
Well, I really just want to get into the customization thing because Fallon's brother kind of showed me when we were visiting because he plays it on PC.
Yeah, and
it just looks cool.
It will get to a certain I mean, this customization. It's not as in depth as I thought it was originally because all it is just like arms, legs, core, chips for like enhancement and whatnot.
Yeah, like aiming and
stuff
like
that.
that.
Weapons and whatnot, and then head. So like. And you can like, I mean, that is a lot of, different customizations and whatnot, but the actual like stats that each thing like increases on it is very kind of fixed. And what's really cool is like the currency in the game. I was
going to bring that up. It's like if you buy it, you can sell it back for the same
price. So it's just completely interchangeable.
Yeah, it's not like this big commitment where you're like, man, I'm going to buy this and then.
Yeah, it's not about trying to collect every single thing. It's about literally just like having enough money to have what you need.
Yeah, and what fits your play style.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really want to. When he showed me that, I was like, I could see myself really sitting here for a minute and like really
playing around.
Yeah, really like. Hyper focusing on it,
Well, I think I'm pretty sure before you purchase the item. No, you have to purchase it and then equip it. You can run test runs with your mech before you go into missions.
Cool.
And like run simulations and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that I'm right now, I just started out of just boredom because I've been waking up in the middle of the night and been just awake for a couple of hours and then falling back asleep. I've just been casually playing Final Fantasy V. Because it's just easy. It's on my Switch and it's there. Yeah,
it's there.
And it's like I can do a dungeon really quick and then, like, oh, I'm getting tired again. Okay, go back to sleep. Okay, so what do you remember like anything that you rewatched this year other than like our podcast stuff or newer that
I started rewatching Sopranos.
That's right.
It's so good.
I can't get into it. I never watched it.
That's so good.
And the fact that it's like each season is like 20 episodes and each episode's an hour long, it's kind of like I can see because I started it, want to say during COVID or during the pandemic. And I got through like 4 or 5 episodes before I was like, there's way too much. Like, for a show
And
that
you never watched it, right?
for a show that I've never watched, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
But for a show that I've never watched, I know too much about.
Interesting, because I think then it's like, considering I have watched it. I mean,
Yeah.
not for years, obviously.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a very good casual watch, even though it is so dense and not.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it can't be a casual watch for me because I like never watched
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting to. It's like, for me,
Well,
I can look
yes.
over and go, oh yeah, it's that moment.
And that's kind of like how it, like X-Files is like that for me.
Yeah, so Sopranos for me is just this. I can have it on the background,
Yeah.
and I already, it will just trigger a memory, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's
And
going on.
you know the entire episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, X-Files is that for me. Or like, the Friends or
Yeah,
Friends,
we have the Friends.
the Friends.
Yeah, we all have those, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize Sopranos was like that for me.
Oh, word. Okay.
But it's been just a fun.
Well,
to
it's
have on in
interesting
the
is like
background.
because I know how it ends. I've seen the ending of it.
That's the I'm
You
trying to make peace with that again.
I think it's actually an absolutely magnificent ending for that show because it's the entire family gets killed, obviously.
Well, yeah, but just the
Yeah, because we don't need to see it.
but you do your the lizard brain wants to.
Yeah, and that's what I think. That's what makes it absolutely really cool. Because it's a lot of people are like it's like a cliffhanger. It's like a Christopher Nolan like, oh, is he awake or is
Weird.
he?
Who in this room hates that bullshit?
No,
Me.
hold on a second. It's like it feels like that, but I think everything
It's
is
still resolved.
it leads into like we know it's not like what happened, like everybody's talking about like, oh, well, did they? It's like, come on, they fucking did.
Yeah, they bid it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've just been watching that. And I've gotten into. Oh, go your turn.
Oh no, I don't know.
I by accident got really into the Big Bang Theory.
I love the Big Bang Theory.
I love to hate it, but yeah,
No, it's like it's just so easy to consume.
It's
the
so-
jokes are actually like there's some like groaners, but like the dumb shit that Sheldon does, it's like because he thinks he's so much better than everyone, and for him to just be constantly, it's like Frasier Crane. Frasier, they think they're so much better.
and they're not.
And they're getting knocked down a peg. And then even like the dumb shit that Leonard gets himself into with Penny. Or just whatever girl he's dating.
I put it on as background for when we leave our dog at home, just to have something. And then it was really when my mom was visiting, and there was one day it was after we were moving a bunch of our stuff. We were both just so exhausted, and we were sitting there and watching it. And a good hour or so went by, and I looked at my mom and I was like, are we seriously both sitting here watching this? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, are we both so tired that we just don't care to change it? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, you cool if we keep watching this? She was like, yep. I was like, great. So we ended up just watching a bunch of it. And it was one of those things I talked shit about it and never actually watched it.
It ran for 12 seasons for a reason.
And just like what really made me like really crying laughing is like first season or something like that. And Sheldon's the really tall one you're talking about, right? He breaks into, like, they move the couch in and he realizes that her house is such a mess.
Oh yeah,
then-
she found the couch or the chair on the side of the street.
No, she got one shipped. So the elevator's not working, so they have
Yeah.
to get it up.
That one,
They
yeah.
get in, and then Sheldon later on, and then it breaks into her house while she's sleeping to clean it.
Yeah.
And it's so ludicrous, but it got me. I was on the floor. Like, it was really killing me. And then he starts, you want to talk in a deep register? That way she doesn't hear us.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, what are you talking about? He's like,
You want to talk in
do you
a
want
deep
to talk in
room?
a...
Yeah, he's
it's just so stupid. And then I don't know, like it really sung true, like on like nerd culture in a way that, you know,
And what's
they
really,
start fighting about Superman.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
his powers. And
and
stuff.
it's interesting is literally like a lot of like nerd people, they're torn. It's like it's a divide. There's like people like, no, it's fun. It's like, it's digestible and whatnot. And there's like the nerds like, they're not like, it doesn't show nerd culture properly, blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
I would be like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
yeah. And they also
Is
have
it a caricature of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the point. But yeah, it shows
and like the
a
show
side of it.
also like they have like actual like scientists help with like the equations and shit. Like all of the stuff are like legit equations. The actors don't really understand. And Mayim Bialik, Bialik, who joins later as Sheldon's love interest.
Oh yeah.
She actually has a PhD in some type of science. I want to say physics or something. Like, she actually helps with the equations in the writing of the show as well. Like,
I did the wrong light.
oh, that's fine. And like also like the show itself, like the characters, they do a really good job of having the characters evolve throughout each season.
I haven't gotten
and
that
grow.
invested in it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, when kind of going back to what you're saying, like people say this doesn't predict nerd culture well enough. I'm like, well, if you know us, you and I will get fucking into it over the most. And my partner can attest. My mom can attest.
All of our friends and coworkers.
Indigo can attest. There's so many people.
Anybody who's listened to this podcast.
That we will sometimes get to like almost fisticuffs over such.
Well, it's like I always think like that viral video of like the guy yelling about Glenda the Good Witch.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me he's like screaming.
You're gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong? I'm wrong?
I don't remember what it was, but even on Christmas, I was like, I will punch you in the back of the head.
Yeah,
I was standing behind you. You're sitting on my couch, and I was like, that's a ha-ha, but I'm really thinking about it. I can't even remember what it was about.
I think I even said like, if you do it, I win or something.
But yeah, so and they do, obviously it's not violent, but they just get into these, like, they'll like stop what they're doing to argue about the Green Lantern and then the properties of his ring. It's like, to me that's
or just like accurate. Like how quickly tangential they can get with either like just something nerdy they know, whether it's like something about mathematics of an equation for like how to fix a thing, or like it turns into nerd like about Aquaman or Green Lantern, or like when Penny misquotes something and then Sheldon's like, that's from this he's the overbearing corrective nerd.
I did it to Fallon the other day. God damn it. It was someone was singing I Need a Hero. And she was like, oh, it's such a simulation. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you were just talking about Footloose. And then she's like, and then blah, blah, blah. And then obviously then this song comes on, I Need a Hero.
Oh, yeah.
That one. And I was like, oh, yeah, totally. And then I like stopped and I kind of was like, I was like, not to be an asshole. She was like, you're about to be an asshole. I was like, yeah.
It's Flashdance.
This is actually I Need a Hero from Shrek 2. The fairy godmother sings this one. This is not the Footloose version, the original one. And she was like, you need to go fuck yourself and walk away. And I was like, yeah, sorry. I'm an asshole.
What was the Flashdance song? Do you remember?
Isn't it Flashdance?
Is that the name of the song?
Mm-hmm. Is this one of those moments someone's yelling?
Probably.
Dance song. I forgot how to write for a second. Spell. Excuse me. Oh yeah. What a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Flashdance ... What a feeling.
Okay, I think I know it more as What a Feeling.
Yeah, it's What a Feeling.
Irene
Cara? Yeah, Irene Cara. That's a good song.
So it's staying on like, nerd stuff, I guess. I mean, I watched I finished all of Dragon Ball Z this year. I've been on a really big Dragon Ball kick lately.
For a minute.
Oh, I started playing Dragon Ball Kakarot, I think, at the beginning of the year.
Oh, I forgot. We both got that when it didn't click with us at the first.
Okay, so
foremost.
Here's the problem.
I'm surprised you never got to Xenoverse. Make your own character and...
Okay, so here's the thing with Dragon Ball for me.
Okay.
The Team 4-Star YouTube Abridged, they created this thing, I've told you about it, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, kind of ruined Dragon Ball Z for me, because their abridged version is so clever, so short, and actually really smart and really heartfelt. Actually, it's like a weird love letter to the show and to fans of it, that I can't watch it, the OG, or at least Kai, and it feels like it takes itself too seriously.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're also talking about, isn't it like an entire episode of them charging up a spirit bomb or something like that?
It's not so much in Dragon Ball Z Kai, because Dragon Ball Z Kai, they shrunk it all up. All of those charging episodes in the original one that was like on Toonami,
yeah,
like when we were kids.
God, Toonami.
those charging episodes was they had to just make a filler so they weren't surpassing the manga that was being released at the same time.
Yeah. Well, and then, but also the thing is just, I think as just a breakdown of the show in the sense of its repetitiveness of the Saiyan saga, the Cell saga, the Frieza saga. I know I did that in wrong order, but whatever. I'm just making a point. It's the final form joke. The show is a joke a lot of the time, and it takes itself really seriously. But that now my ultimate form, and then that one gets beat up, and now my ultimate form.
That's just Dragon Ball Z kind of like coined that thing,
no, but what I'm saying as an adult, it's like once you watch it, like we grew up with it, but then trying to go back, like I don't think in a million years I'll ever go back to actually watching it, because I did try, because it was on Hulu.
Yeah,
one of them, whatever it is.
It's Dragon Ball Z Kai.
I tried and I was like, this is a fucking joke. But the video games,
fair.
Like I was a huge Budokai.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like the video games, they follow the storyline so well that it's like I'm waiting for Piccolo to come out and make a fucking weird joke like in Dragon Ball Z Kai type thing. Like at one of the first episodes, like Goku's like, "Hey Piccolo, yeah, you're green, yeah, you can spit out eggs, yeah."
He can spit out eggs?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He can, like, that's how Namex produced Born. He spit out an egg. But anyway, Goku's
the fuck are you talking about? I have no recollection of this.
It's in Born Dragon Ball when Kid Goku defeats King Piccolo, he spits out an egg, which then becomes Piccolo Jr. Then Piccolo Jr. grows up, and Goku as an adult and Piccolo as an adult fight at the end of Dragon Ball and the end of the World Tournament. Namekians produce asexually. There are no female Namekians.
That's not true.
There's no female Namekians.
That's not true.
But anywho, Goku's joke. Thanks for Goku's like, "Are you a Yoshi?" And Piccolo's just like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can I ride you?" "No."
What?
Yeah, there's no female Namekians.
Or for Frieza's race either. Or species.
Frieza's species, I think, is more like an asexual thing. Yeah.
Well, I think I was just so confused because in Xenoverse you can make your own character, and there are definitely body types that are more masculine and feminine.
Like slender versus buff, maybe.
Yeah, more of like the males have the triangle shape.
Well, I mean that's the difference between the Dragon Tribe and the Warrior Tribe for the Namekians. The Dragon Tribes are the ones that become elders that like.
No, yeah, no, I just didn't know that, because I think, especially for a game where you can make your own character, they want to be more inclusive and have the option to make whatever you want to play, pilot in a sense. But I just never
really clicked.
Weird. I do want to check out Kakarot again, actually. Now that you mention it.
I really didn't like the gameplay in a way as well.
I can't remember it. I remember I think I got to Vegeta. Yeah, that's where I ended. It was the 8 fight with.
I didn't even get that far.
It was the 8 fight with Vegeta.
I don't even think if I got to Raditz. Oh wait, no, Raditz had just showed.
I mean, Raditz is really early.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I got to the final fight with Vegeta.
Oh yeah, because I mean, Raditz is the first conflict in Dragon Ball Z.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's you saying like I turned on the game.
Well, no, because I got through the tutorial.
Yeah, like
that's actually pretty.
I think Raditz is the tutorial, isn't he?
No, the tutorial is all like it's like catching a fish and then learning how to catch all the gems in the sky.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
you're right.
And it's also like it's a pretty massive world, so that tutorial you can get distracted in very easily.
It's a good-looking game.
It is
actually
like
an anime.
Yeah,
like it's like that and Attack on Titan, like really.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is like the new Dragon Ball Super movie that came out, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. They're moving towards having the animation style be more like that computer generated like thing,
which still keeping true, but kind of just an update.
It's still Akira Toriyama's like animation style.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like keeping true to the animation style, but just kind of giving it like a facelift, making it a little more.
I'm not sure how I really liked the story of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, but It's really, I don't know why they named it superhero, because like, I mean, the idea in the movie is that there's this Dr. Giroux's like grandson who wants to be a superhero, and like he has like there's like superhero theme stuff through it all, but for it to be like the show's
like the Great Saiyaman kind of shit.
yeah. But like it's like the show is already called Dragon Ball Super. Don't name your subtitle superhero.
Yeah.
Maybe like Heroes of whatever, like
Heroes of Earth or something.
I mean, I didn't really finish my thought of Dragon Ball Z, but we can move on if you want.
What was your?
I mean, I was gonna say by rewatching all of like Kai and whatnot, and then like it's hard to like watch it because of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. But since Dragon Ball Z Abridged ends at the Cell Saga, then I showed you those like boo bits that they did.
Yeah.
It was actually interesting to watch all of Dragon Ball Z Kai, the Boo Saga, because I never really finished it. And it's really like, it's interesting is like by the end of it, yeah, Goku is like the one that saves the day at the end, like with the Spirit Bomb and doing everything. And also, finally, the Spirit Bomb works. It's never actually killed anybody in the series. Never killed Frieza. He never used it against Cell.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't work.
Yeah, he did.
The Spirit Bomb? He didn't use Spirit Bomb against Cell.
Yeah, he did. And then because of his Namekian part, like he didn't totally disintegrate. That's why he came back.
No, that was the Kamehameha wave that he ripped him apart with. He never used it against Cell for some weird reason.
This is one of those I wish we could call you know who right now.
Albert?
Yeah. No, keep going.
He uses them in the movies and they're successful.
You're fucking right.
Yeah, I know I'm fucking right.
Used the Spirit Bomb against Vegeta, Frieza, and Majin Buu.
That's yes, exactly what I was about to say. And only in Majin Buu did it kill. But yeah, fuck you too. Trying to fucking challenge me on my goddamn Dragon Ball Z.
You do it
trivia.
to me all the time.
True.
Oh shit! I'm like, you need to back the fuck up.
Yeah, but I also humbly accept. I'm like, okay, fine. You're right. But it's interesting is like through the Buu saga, I really feel like it's kind of more like you get Vegeta has the biggest arc through all of this.
In the Buu saga?
In all of it. In all of Dragon Ball Z.
That's true, because even if I know it's not canon, but even GT, he becomes a villain again. Well, he gets possessed or...
Well, he does in the Buu saga.
Well, it's different in GT.
Okay, yeah, and I've never watched GT. It never grabbed
He's
me.
called Baby Vegeta. Baby is this
Baby.
alien.
Yeah,
an alien that possesses people.
Yeah.
And he ends up possessing Vegeta and
That's
then
right,
becoming like
yeah.
a whole different entity.
Yeah.
He becomes Baby Vegeta. And that was really cool because I liked Vegeta becoming a villain again because
Yeah.
I loved him in the Saiyan saga. I thought he's like, in my opinion, Vegeta was the best villain out of all of them. For me. I mean, you could have yours.
I'm just trying to think who my favorite is, actually, because I think it might be Cell.
Cell's a good one. I think Cell's second running. But I really liked Vegeta, and I just liked the whole Saiyan look and that whole kind of Spartan thing. You know, I just liked their whole vibe.
Yeah.
And so in GT, they made him a villain again. I really enjoyed it. But then there was like this whole... Because he kind of... I don't know if have you seen Baby Vegeta? What
I
he looks
have,
like?
yeah.
He becomes like such a different character that you kind of forget that it's
It
Vegeta.
weirdly looks like a Vegeta and Buu mix.
Yeah, and it also kind of looks like if Vegeta was an android.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? With like the outfit, and he has these like blue glassy eyes, and yeah, it gets to a point where you forget that that's Vegeta.
Yeah, that's fair.
Towards the end. But I mean, I liked the GT thing. I liked what they did with the Dragon Balls was really cool.
The Black Star Dragon Balls?
Well, it's because of all the selfish wishes.
That's right,
Like
yeah.
they're not used for that, so they end up getting corrupted, and that makes the evil dragons that they have to fight, and then they have to collect the stars from them. I just thought it was a cool concept.
Yeah, fair.
It was people. I don't know. It was more fresh.
I think the whole Kid Goku thing kind of just like threw. I didn't really like
Garlic
that.
Jr.
Yeah, because like I think
Was it Garlic Jr.?
No, I forget who. It's been so long since I watched it because I just because the beginning of that series was so directed towards kids in a different way than even like how Dragon Ball, the OG series, was, and with like Kid Goku and Pan kind of like teaming up. and I feel like they turned Pan into like an annoying character.
Oh, and then Trunks, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Trunks was like our teenager, kind of our adults for it. Yeah, that's interesting.
It was just it was a hard grab for me. So, but
I might have just been at the perfect age.
you probably could have been,
Yeah.
yeah. Because like I've also and like continuing from Kai and like so yeah, like I really feel like it's because by the end of Kai or by the end of the Buu saga, not only has Vegeta has let himself been taken over by the Majin curse to become stronger than Goku to be able to defeat him, he then uses that power to try to defeat Buu, sacrifices himself to save Earth and the people around him, and he's realizing I actually do love these people and whatnot. To then be pulled out of hell pretty much by Goku and come back, and then is the one that strategizes to Goku about getting the Spirit Bomb against Buu. Like Vegeta, kind of like full circle, like becomes like I think he's like the hero of it all. And then I just started watching Dragon Ball Super, and it's just interesting how the format changed back to kind of like short little like arcs and like stories like Dragon Ball was, as opposed to like full long arcs like the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Cell saga, the Buu saga. Yeah.
Yeah. I never thought about the Vegeta thing.
And how it's like a big arc for him. Because Goku does the same thing every single fucking time.
Yeah, he's the Boy Scout, you know.
And not only that, but it's also repetitive on something happens, Goku can't be there in time for the fight. And then he comes and he saves the day. And then whatever happens. And then it's up and down. And then he's a good guy. I'm going to let him save.
Well, like, yeah, Vegeta does all the, like, this can be blasphemous for people, I'm sure. But, like, it's just a very throwaway comment. Vegeta does, like, all the heavy lifting in the beginning.
Yeah.
Hey, well, they all do.
Yeah.
Vegeta, Krillin, Piccolo,
Tien.
Yeah, they all do like the first initial, and then Goku comes in. He's like, I'll beat them. It's like, yeah, well, they just fought off these 6 other dudes. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, granted, they seem fine, but just in theory, they're a little tired.
Goku, you're finally here! Ah!
Yeah, after they after they beat up your 8 friends, like, yeah, like, they're going to be a little different.
Oh yeah, we're
getting there.
Yeah.
We went and saw Aquaman.
God,
that was pretty terrible.
Yeah. Oh, if you want to watch it, I would definitely wait for it to be out on HBO Max.
It was just kind of blowing. I didn't go in expecting. I think I told you this. I wasn't going in expecting anything.
Neither was I.
I was like, whatever. It's visually gonna be fun. You know, for a big theater, we'll get the candy. You know, it was a Christmas Eve thing.
It was gonna be a fun outing
on Christmas
with everybody.
Eve.
Yeah. It was kind of like that's why when you were like, yeah, we're gonna go see Aquaman, I was like sure, okay.
I picked that because I thought my mom had seen the first one, and then I just thought out of everything, it was the most easily digestible.
Yeah.
Just real cannon fodder. You know, like whatever. Who cares? But yeah, going in, I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't expect it to be that bad. I really did not think it was going to be that bad. It's kind of blown away. Like, wow, this has now changed my expectation meter another peg down.
Yeah,
which I didn't think was possible.
I mean, but it also it's weird. You can tell that it just kind of turned into like a Jason Momoa wanting to have fun. Like they were just having fun, which is fine. I mean, you can feel the fun from the movie, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like you can just sense the James Gunn revamp everything is like right around the corner.
Yeah,
and
which I didn't know about.
This is a legit ending. Like it's the last one from the era that started from the Zack Snyder verse, which would have.
We're not talking about that.
What we could have had.
We've already done that. We did an entire review on that.
I think it's been pulled, actually.
What?
That episode us talking about it.
What?
Yeah.
They got pulled?
I think so, yeah. I think that was the email about copyright stuff. Don't worry about looking at it right now. But like it clicked on me the other day. Like remember when we got that email?
Yeah, we're
about,
like, what does this mean?
Yeah, and I even responded like, I would love to know which episode has been flagged. And
they never got back to you?
Never. Because I remember way back when we released the YouTube one with still the audiogram, and I just had the poster on there. The YouTube one was flagged and taken down for copyright stuff.
Interesting. Huh. Well. Yeah, Aquaman 2. I would just wait for it to come out.
I mean, out of like superhero stuff this year, like Loki was good.
I couldn't sit through Blue Beetle.
Neither could I. Across the Spider-Verse was probably the best superhero movie of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
that was so good. That was absolutely fantastic.
I just don't get it, man. Because even I on the rewatching television thing, I do it pretty frequently. But just rewatching Justice League,
yeah,
and they had the genius to make it all episodes are 2, 3, 4 parters. More 4 parters for like season finale kind of stuff. But they had the genius to do that. That way, it's not like new villain of the week kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like crazy. It's like, well, actually, what is the actual years on that?
For Justice League?
Yeah.
I want to say like 96 to 99.
So, Justice League.
And then Unlimited was early 2000s.
Justice League ran from 2001 to 2004.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I have it a little backwards.
So you're talking about a 20-year plus show at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And number one, 20 years old at this point, still super rewatchable. And it's not like Batman Brave and the Bold. It's very adult. There's a lot of adult. So you as an adult can watch it. And the
it's
stories
still very children.
Yeah,
friendly,
children can watch it, but you can sit there with your kid as an adult and watch it and be very entertained because the writing, I'm like, guys at DC making these goddamn movies, just go watch this show, pick one of them, and make a movie on it.
Yeah.
What are you not getting? There's a 3-year long show from 20 years ago that you can take, and even then, if you want to spice it up and change it, but get your inspiration from something like this. Like,
yeah,
this is 20 years old and for children. And I'm a 30-year-old and still really enjoying it, and not even from a nostalgic point, because I'll find because I put it on the background so much, I'll find myself watching episodes I do not remember.
That's fair.
I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm in the middle of cleaning and go, oh. And then I watch the entire arc. 2 hours have gone by, and I'm like, oh shit, I was in the middle of like whatever I was doing. Fuck me. And so it just blows my mind that I'm like, but it's the same thing that we brought up. Like there's these things called comic books. What you're making is a comic book superhero movie. Go read the comic book and copy and paste it.
But that's not fun.
Well, that's fine. Fine if you don't want to do that, but then make better movies.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen. So they just need to make better movies.
Yeah, so it's like, well, we want to write our own thing. That's great. Can you just write something good?
Yeah.
For the love of Christ. Sorry, that was really a tangent there, but it's like,
because that's the thing that I really like about all of the, like with the MCU and whatnot, is that they're taking these characters and they're making their own stories with them.
Yeah.
Because if I just want, like, if they were just doing exactly how it was page to screen, then it would be kind of boring.
I think that's kind of what's irritating about it, actually, now that you kind of mentioned that, is the fact that, not every MCU movie is great. They also come out with but they do, like, every now and then they do a really, really good one.
Yeah.
And DC just doesn't, and I think that's what's irritating. It's like, well, you have these two companies, the rival companies in a sense. One of them, they have a couple ones that are whatever, but every now and then they come out with like a really, really good one, and you're like, well, that was great. But DC is like, they're never that good.
You still haven't seen Man of Steel.
Well, yeah, okay, fine.
You haven't seen the
No, I know, but I was just about to say, since fucking
Dawn of Justice?
No.
Batman versus Superman?
No. I'm trying to think of
Matt Reeves, the Batman?
Christian Bale. I'm trying to think of a Christian Bale Batman name.
Batman Begins?
What do you know, like Batfleck or
Oh.
I'm trying to think of one off the head, but you kept.
We just calls it the Nolan stuff.
Since the Nolan stuff and then Man of Steel, like, again, I haven't seen it, but I've heard from you and other people that it's great and whatever. It's like really since then, it's just been a lot of.
Well, it's interesting. Is like you say, like a lot of the Zack Snyder stuff, other than Zack Snyder Justice League cut, like like Man of Steel and Dawn of Justice, they have extended cuts that are more Zack Snyder's vision, and they're better than the theatrical releases.
The Suicide Squad, that was a great one. The second one.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's James Gunn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That one's great. Okay. But that's like the last one I can think of DC wise that was really, really good.
Well, yeah.
Besides the animated ones.
Well, Peacemaker was fantastic, but that was the show.
Yeah, that was a weird show.
It was a what great show.
I know, it was really weird though.
James Gunn is gonna save this. He's gonna put his weird humor and whatnot into it. It's why pretty much all of the Guardians movies and stuff pretty much hold up,
But that's
except for the second one, kind of. But it's still
Yeah,
enjoyable.
the second one's my least favorite one, but it's
Yeah.
not. I don't think it's terrible.
It's just a weird filler. It just doesn't feel like
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
go
fit
anywhere.
anywhere. Like it doesn't really feel like. And it's like weird because that's when you find out about his entire like lineage, but
Yeah.
you're like, I don't really care.
Well, because he also loses it all at the end.
Yeah, so you're like, well, that was all kind of for naught. Like, they're like, oh, this is why he could hold the Infinity Stone, and
Yeah.
then you're like, great, now he can't.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the end result. But the thing is, even with Gunn too, it's like I don't want. Like those kind of things fit, you know, like I mean with Suicide Squad or something, you know, like a Deadpool, like this kind of like humoristic Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't really know if that, like, I would like someone to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know Guardians well enough to know if the comics also had a lot of humor like Deadpool does.
Star-Lord did, which is why
Okay.
they chose him, but he's not the original leader of the Guardians.
Okay, so there is in the comics,
Starhawk was the original.
but there is this humor to it. I don't want that suicide thing in my Batman.
Well, think about
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, it's because here's how that's going to go. Kind of like with the MCU, is there like James Gunn is going to be like the Kevin Feige, overseeing it all. Kevin Feige then, at the very beginning, Joss Whedon was kind of setting the tone and whatnot. John Favreau as well, with all of his influence. And then it shifted from the Joss Whedon to then the Russo brothers. And then each like individual movies, they had like other directors coming in and doing like specific with big arcs for Spider-Man is all done by the same director. So like you have like, I mean, they were kind of doing it with the DC as well, but you're going to have someone that you're going to have like a producer that's overseeing it all to make sure it all fills into this like same idea and aesthetic.
It's gonna umbrella.
Yeah.
It's gonna start here, and then it's all gonna come down. That way, it's all
Yeah.
making sense. You know.
Because with the DC, it was just Warner Brothers studio execs trying to control what they're like. This is what a good movie is.
Yeah, and that's why you get like, like the end of the Flash. Like, spoiler alert: George Clooney walking up, and you're like, it's like I see what you're doing, but it's stupid.
Yeah,
Like I get the thought, like I get the idea, but fuck off. But
the amount of pandering in that movie.
yeah, I still really enjoy that movie. Actually, to be totally honest.
The CG is so hard to watch.
Like that, like James Gunn humor for the Flash makes sense because he's more of a kind of a
Yeah.
He's got a lot of heart and he really cares about even his villains and he's funny and like that kind of would work. But I don't want joking around Bruce Wayne. I'm like, we already got Michael Keaton. Like that's as far as I'll go. And even then, he was like dry humor. Like, what is this? And he's King of the Wickerman. Oh no, I got it in Japan. Oh no, it's from Japan. How would you know that? Because I bought it in Japan. Oh shit, it's Bruce Wayne. Like that kind of humor, sure, but
Also, and the Bruce Wayne in the Flash was even just a little bit different than the Bruce Wayne that was in the Tim Burton stuff.
oh, Michael Keaton's Wayne, yeah, well, because it was that whole kind of
It's a different verse.
older,
Yeah.
and now older.
It was still different from the Tim Burton verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a different Bruce altogether.
I don't know what else to. I mean,
Peaches.
that was a fun movie.
That was a good movie.
I feel like
I just liked Bowser. That was like my favorite thing. All of his scenes.
I did enjoy that the arc was kind of like this whole thing of Mario and Luigi finding like the start, like working together type thing.
I mean, what I want now, and all I want from that is Luigi's Mansion.
That's fair.
That's all I want. That'd be a great movie.
That's right. The whole, like DK and Donkey Kong and Mario trying to work together. That was fucking weird.
Yeah, that whole Mario Kart sequence was also really weird to me. I don't know why I didn't dig it.
There's a lot of that movie is like super fan service, just like
Yeah.
eye candy of like.
And this-
Remember when we drove carts? Remember when Donkey Kong swung on things?
It's that weird thing that it's like it's you never really can win because too much fan service causes irritation,
Yeah.
too little causes irritation. And I know I'm a huge hypocrite because I do it too. Because even that, it's
Yeah.
like, that was so fan servicey. I don't like it, but it's Mario. Yeah, why aren't they going to throw a Mario Kart thing in there? It's
Yeah.
one of their biggest games. It's how long did that come out? And it's still played to this day. It's like their go-to racing game.
Well, and even the whole like battle between Mario and Donkey Kong and Super Smash Brothers callback.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's like, but yeah, it's just like, I'm just, I think a lot of the time we fall into this hypocrisy and don't even realize that we're doing it. And I try to be very aware, like I'm very aware of what I'm doing. But I'm sure, especially like the fact that some of these conversations are now recorded on the internet, I'm change my tune real quick.
We've grown.
Or not enough sometimes. I mean, that's kind of all I had to talk about. John Wick 2 was cool.
2?
John Wick 2.
Oh, Alan Wake?
Alan Wake, sorry. Wow.
Yeah,
John
that's why I
Wick
was
2.
like,
And it is weird because he kind of looks like Keanu Reeves too.
what?
Yeah. Alan Wake 2, sorry. Alan Wake 2 was cool. It's fucking terrifying.
I really want to play that weird game where you're like in a spacesuit and it's like yellow.
Oh, with the when he drops the ladder on him.
But apparently it's like it's a lot more like there's a lot more to it than that. There's like weird like ant monsters that'll like chase you and shit.
Oh, have I not been sending you shit on that? I thought I had.
Maybe you have. I've been seeing a bunch of shit.
It looks cool.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it looks real like chaos theory. Like,
Yeah, no, there's like one who's like, oh wait, is that a fucking mimic? No, stop chasing me. No,
yeah,
where are my
like,
friends?
since it's PC2, they've been modding it and like just it's been kind of this wild ride. It looks really cool.
Akito's been playing. He says it's a blast.
Yeah, it really does. It looks like a blast. I mean,
We're at 56. We should.
do you have your phone on you?
I think we're doing the favorite next week.
Yeah, can you confirm? I don't remember.
The favorite. Yeah, we're starting into movies. What is it? Bigger movies or blockbuster-ish movies that we missed in kind of the last decade. We'll do a couple movies of that.
Yeah, we got it all. I mean, we could actually.
I think we also made sure to focus that it was female-led as well.
Yeah. I wonder if I could actually make a post for that. I should do that.
For the favorite?
Well, for like since we know the upcoming, we could just make a. What's this? Sorry, whatever. Man, be any less excited. Yeah. So we're gonna do the favorite next
We already
week.
do that on Mondays and
Happy
Wednesdays.
New Year to one and all.
We are in a new year. It is 2024 now.
Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram to see what we have coming up next. Please review to help us out. We are a self-made produced podcast, so everything we're doing with our own phalanges. And
don't tell me what it is.
our Linktree has all of our links on it, obviously, and we're pretty much on everywhere you get your podcasts. So
yeah,
and then we're on YouTube if you want a video, or you can just listen to us. Other than that, that is pretty much everything. So this is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape. Bye. Happy
Bye.
2024.
Welcome to 2024.
2024.